Hello, sir. What are you looking for? What are you reading today? Hmm? Hi everyone, this is Elena, and today, welcome to Russia. Well, I thought that I would share with you my 5 favorite non-fiction books that I love so much and that I would give to anyone, everyone in the world. Well, the first book, and actually somehow the man was also the first, somehow, somewhat, because I believe he was the very first Canadian to join NASA. And I'm talking about Chris Hadfield and his book, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. Boom. They're quite similar, so I will keep on handing this one. What a great story he tells us. So when he was 9 years old boy, he started to get interested in space and how he could fly in outer space. And this is his journey, right? What it takes to become an astronaut, what it takes to actually to command an international space station. He will bring us throughout the world to Russian space station Mir and to space flight Soyuz. So he will tell us about the training process, selection process, and everything. All these like details that you want to know, you will find in here. And he is such a wise, insightful man, and I just cannot admire his heart and his soul because he is just a great person. As it, I don't have other words rather than wise and kind. I absolutely love this book, and even though I'm far from science, I don't understand a lot of physics laws, but he explains everything in very understandable language that is so easy to read. And also he's now in social media a lot, sharing his experience, his thoughts, so he knows how to speak to large audience. And what I love the most about this book is the idea that I got as a light bulb, because he says that he got obsessed with this space idea when he was 9. And then I thought, actually, whoever we are today, it's not the adult us who managed to get anywhere we got, it's us kid who was working and studied and get passion and have a zeal to get whatever kid us kid wanted. Do you follow me? I hope you do, because I don't know, this is such a great and powerful idea, to myself at least, that if you need a pep talk to yourself or to your friends and you don't know how to inspire them, and they say, no, time has passed, I can do anything now, you can say, how not? Someday you were a kid and you managed to grow up to this, and it's all journey, and it's a kid who managed to do everything. And you can, and you will if you want. So grab the book, enjoy the book, love the book, spread the love. Ooh. Well, the second book was written by a man who unfortunately has passed away already, and I would so much love to meet him and to talk to him, because I guess it will be a wonderful conversation, or actually it will be a monologue. He will just tell me all the stories and I will be sitting with my mouth open. And I'm talking about Oliver Sacks and his book, A Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. I'm sure you have heard about this book many, many, many times before, and if you haven't read it yet, please just do. Each chapter is dedicated to one of his patients, and you can just read a chapter a day. You don't need to read it in one go, in 1 week. You can just use it as an educational piece. And in his TED Talk, he says, we see with the eyes, but we see with the brain as well. And he's a neurologist, right? He knows what he's talking about. But now I think that maybe we see with the brain and we see with the eyes as well. And I was always wondering why some people are so creative and why some other people are lacking creativity. And now I have this idea that maybe the creativity and creative process has nothing to do with the muses. Maybe just simply there is small brain damage that make people see the things differently, or got inspired, or twist, or see things inside of the things. And there is one chapter that he again speaks about his patient who has just reproduced very simple drawing, kind of square, round and a cross inside, and instead of that he drew like kite or box full of vegetables, because the concept was there was a square and something inside, right? The box and something inside, but he saw much more in there. Well, and there's lots of story that will make you to stop and think and introspect your experiences on something that maybe you've seen before and you didn't understand why the people do the things they do. Well, I just can't recommend this book enough. And wherever I go, whenever I relocate myself, this book will relocate with me, this for sure. Oh, and a quick side note, if you don't feel like you have a time to cram one more book in your reading plans, you can start with watching a movie, Awakenings. It's with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro, and it's actually based on Oliver Sacks' experience. And actually, it was that movie that brought me this book into my life. Thank you. Well, the next book, it was written by polyglot, linguist and journalist Carsten Doren, and it's Linguo. I will be very quick about this one. If you want something fun, entertaining and educational, just grab this one. It's kind of queer biography of European languages, and speaking European, he also takes like Turkish language, the language of Gypsy. I'm still not sure what the adjective for that Gypsies works as adjective. Well, each chapter ends with two side notes, and one side note is with a word that got borrowed by English from one particular language, and one word that doesn't have equivalent in English, but still like kind of fun to know. For example, there is one word, exemic. I will put it somewhere here. It's from Maltese, and it actually means to enjoy sun merely for the sun and for the good weather, and not for sun tanning. And that's what we do a lot in Russia as well, because whenever the sun is there, you don't think that you're gonna get tan, you just enjoy light and warmth for as long as you can. So we definitely need this word in the Russian language. I will not tell anything more about this book. No, actually I will add something more. There is one great course on Coursera website that I believe I took it for granted. Yeah, it was a free course, and I completed maybe 4 years back, but I'm sure it still exists. So if you're into languages, if you're curious and you have some spare time, please complete that Coursera course. Is just brilliant, and I will add the link, you know where. And the first place, again, we have Sign Brainy guys. They are both, I believe they both are Stevens. One with V, another with PH, but I believe they're Steven. Yes, Steven Levitt and Dubner. And Freakonomics. I don't think I need another cover to put here because it's pretty straightforward, it's simple. Maybe you heard about this book, and if you heard you haven't read it yet, please do, because it's again will just keep your eyes like that and like, what the hell is going on in this world? You know, if Oliver Sacks speak about how some people see the world differently, or what factors distort their vision and like understanding, in this case, the author will say that sometimes our logic approach sometimes make us blind, and we don't see the hidden reasons after some events and situations and behaviors. So if you're not sure whether you should read this book or not, I encourage you to check maybe a sample on Play Store. I will also add the link to the ebook in Play Store in the description, of course. And please read the introduction, and there you will see a great example of what this book is about. You will see there's a case of crime in the US and how in 1990s it was like crazily high level of the crime in the US, and in 10 years it dropped drastically. And there was like society and politicians, they would say, yeah, the police is great. And then Stephen did like little investigation, say, guys, it's not because the police is good. There is something else that actually helped to drop the crime level. Believe me, if you read this chapter, if you love it, you will read it and you will fall in love with this book. If you read this chapter and you feel like, still not good, yeah, maybe that's not for you, but I loved it. And the last, we have a complete entertaining book about entertainment somehow. And it's a book by Stephen Reed, How Music Got Free. Well, God, oh God, this was one of those books that I was reading and thinking, why do I even read fiction when the world is already crazy and mad and unbelievable? So in this book, you will know how life and destiny can twist life of American boy working in CD pressing print, and life of one German student working on digitalization of audio, like in one German laboratory. How MP3 got created? How come that right now we have this free music in the internet? How come that we have piracy, and who was actually the zero patient of piracy, of music piracy, and how the music industry died because of these two guys who never knew they existed. Like, oh God, this is so much fun. Like, half of the book is amazing, you know, the first half. The second is more about like music industry in the US. It's still fine, But oh god, if you want something entertaining, please read this. And again, I would recommend this to everyone, because you just cannot think that whatever we have nowadays, it was created this way. I just love it. I love it, and this should be thrown into the movie. 5-star, thumb up. All right, I think these are the 5 books that I really, literally recommended to everyone in my my environment after have reading them, and I was like talking about them, like, wow, you have to read that. And I hope that if one of those are new to you, and if you opt to reading them, that you will also enjoy them, and you will not say like, Elena is stupid, why I have spent my money and time on that. I hope that won't happen. And also, when I started this channel, I really had this idea that I just don't want to talk about the books just to say I read, like everybody reads who watching this, so what is my contribution? But I thought that I also want to share the sources that inspired me. For example, this Coursera, right, that inspired me to read this book, Linguo. And if I have someone who talked about the books, I want to mention the people, all those channels who inspired me to read something, or inspired me to do something, that something made me to read something. So I really want to praise those people, and I will sometimes leave the links like to the sites, to the courses, to the books, maybe to the profiles, just to share the inspiration and somehow pay my pay my due. If I cannot literally thank somebody, at least it's my way to thank other people for inspiring me and introducing new things to me. And well, I hope they will be inspirational and helpful and useful and handy for you too. I wish you a joyful day, and bye bye for now.